Hi folks, this is Janae Cywes. I am the Carb Addiction Mom, and today I thought we'd have a little fun. I want to let you in on a few secrets about the Carb Addiction Doc. So I thought it would be fun just to tell you a little bit more about some of his intricacies, let's say, and just let you in on a few secrets. So the first thing is that I don't know how many of you know this, but Rob is actually a really good barista. In fact, as I speak, I can hear him in the other room making his world-famous cappuccino. So a few years ago for his birthday, I got him one of those Breville espresso cappuccino latte makers. And his favorite thing to do on the weekend mornings when he's here is wake up and make one of those really awesome cappuccinos. And I can hear him in the other room making one now. So for those of you who want to know, his coffee really is the best. And you know he drinks coffee all the time. Another thing I wanted to tell you about was one of his emotional management strategies. So he always talks about this, of course, as you know, through his carb addiction work, but also he practices it himself, obviously. So I just want to show you this here. What Rob does at night to relax his brain, and I think this is because he's on the kind of genius end of the spectrum, he actually does Sudoku puzzles. So I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Sudoku puzzles, and he does this on his iPad, and he does, of course, the master or the expert level puzzles. But what Rob has done over the years, because this became too easy for him, is now he actually does them sideways. So he says this is easy because it's just pattern recognition, but for any of us with sort of a normal intelligent level, you probably wouldn't think it's that easy. So he actually holds the iPad like this and does his Sudoku puzzle sideways. So this is one of his emotional management strategies, and this is the way that he relaxes his brain. And that's a story I like to share with people. Another secret about Rob is that you may know that he likes gardening because he's talked about that in some of his videos, but what you probably don't know is that he really is a world-renowned gardener. So he grew up in South Africa, and his family actually had an orchid business, and they were known for hybridizing orchids. So one of the things that Rob loves to do is hybridize flowers, and I will often see him in the garden with our son Rion, and he will be walking around from the different flowers. In fact, last weekend it was actually a clivia, and I saw him hybridizing the seeds from one onto the other. So that is something that Rob is amazing at, and we have the most beautiful flowers in our garden because of his hybridization work. Another thing that you all may not know about Rob is that he has a really brilliant sister as well. So his sister also has a Ph.D., and she's actually an assistant professor of medicine at Brigham and Women's Hospital, Harvard Medical School. So I'm sure that you all can imagine growing up in Rob's household with such brilliant and talented children as he and his sister are. She actually does a lot of work in infectious disease and Alzheimer's disease. So we just love his sister, and we are so proud of the work that she's doing, and it's really, really exciting research. So that's something you may not know about Rob either. Another thing is that he actually didn't speak a word of English until he was 5 years old. So Rob's native language is Afrikaans, and growing up in South Africa, he exclusively spoke that language until he went to school, which was at age 5. I'm sure you can tell now he has a very good command of the English language, but it was not his first language. So I always find that very interesting. And then finally, I think many of you may actually know this one. This may not be a secret, but Rob is actually truly, truly passionate about what he does, and he cares so much for his patients. So those of you who see him as his patient, you, I'm sure, can tell this from the time that he spends with you, but he really, truly wants to help everybody and wants the best for everybody. I don't know anything about his patients. I don't know the patients' names or anything like that, but occasionally he will share with me, I had a type 2 diabetic come in today. A year ago, her A1C was 12.5, and today her A1C was 4.9. And he gets so excited about that because he truly sees the difference that he's making in people's lives and that you're making in your own life, obviously. So he's very, very proud of the success stories that he has, and that's really what keeps him going. I'm sure that you can tell just from his videos, he's very passionate about this space and about health and helping as many people as possible, but he gets even more invested with his actual patients. So I hope that you can someday experience that if you don't see him today and you are struggling. But I just want you to know that he, anything he can do to help people, including these videos, right? He spends at least a weekend a month doing these videos, and also another weekend a month at his remote clinic. So 2 out of 4 weekends a month are spent working, because that's how passionate about this he is. So anyway, thought it would be fun to just share some of those secrets with you all today. And I'm sure that you'll be listening to more of his videos soon. Hope you all have a great day. Bye.